An Albuquerque woman accused of brutally murdering 10-year-old Victoria Martins has entered into a plea deal and will avoid going to trial. Jessica Kelly, one of 3 people charged with Victoria's August 2016 murder, pleaded no contest to 6 charges in a nearly empty courtroom Monday, according to court documents obtained by COB. Those charges included child abuse resulting in death, great bodily harm, aggravated assault, tampering with evidence, and conspiracy to commit tampering with evidence, but none of them were rape or murder, which she was previously charged with. Kelly faces up to 50 years in prison, but her time behind bars could be reduced to just 20 years due to good behavior, according to her defense attorney, Mark Ernest. We were able to fashion an agreement that substantially exposes Ms. Kelly to the same amount of time in the Department of Corrections and satisfies the concerns of the court, District Attorney Raul Torres said. It also brings some finality at least to the second of the 3 suspects that are charged with the death of Victoria Martins. As part of the plea deal, Kelly agreed to testify against her cousin, Fabian Gonzalez, who was also charged with Victoria's murder, as well as cooperate with authorities in the investigation of a 4th unknown suspect. The case has endured plenty of twists and turns over the years, and Kelly is the second person to enter a plea agreement in relation to Victoria's slaying. Last year, the girl's mother, Michelle Martins, pleaded guilty to 1 count of child abuse resulting in death and faces 12 to 15 years in prison. Martin's boyfriend, Gonzalez, was charged with the same, as well as tampering with evidence. Victoria's dead body was found on fire in her mother's bathtub in 2016. Within 24 hours, authorities arrested Martins, Gonzalez, and Gonzalez's cousin, Kelly, who were all charged with the girl's murder, child abuse, along with other charges related to her death. Gonzalez and Kelly were charged with raping Victoria. Jessica Kelly, Metropolitan Detention Center. According to the plea agreement, Kelly had agreed to babysit Victoria on the day of her death despite being high on meth. While she was watching the girl at Martin's place, an unknown man entered the residence and strangled Victoria to death. The man strangled Victoria to the point of death or to the point of causing great bodily harm, the statement reads. Evidence would support a reasonable inference that Kelly knew or should have known that the man posed a substantial and unjustifiable risk of serious harm to Victoria. According to Kelly, Victoria was killed in an act of gang violence against Gonzalez. When Martin and Gonzalez returned, Kelly went to Gonzalez for help. The cousins agreed to conceal the crime and dispose of Victoria's body and to hide the murder from Martins by keeping her away from Victoria's room. Gonzalez attacked Martins with a clothes iron and a struggle between the 3 ensued. When Martins left the apartment, Kelly and Gonzalez took down the smoke detectors in the apartment, set Victoria's body in the bathtub and lit it on fire. Because of today's plea, we now have Jessica Kelly's cooperation and I believe that case is significantly strengthened, Torres said. It was originally believed by authorities that Kelly and Gonzalez killed Victoria while Martins watched, a story that Martins told the police but later retracted when she entered a plea deal. Fabian Gonzalez and Michelle Martins, Metropolitan Detention Center. The rape charge against Kelly were dropped because there was not sufficient evidence to connect Jessica Kelly to the charge of criminal sexual penetration, despite the initial autopsy concluding the 10-year-old was sexually assaulted, the DA's office said. Gonzalez defense attorney, Stephen Aarons, believes prosecutors gave a murderer a plea deal. Gonzalez claims Kelly was behind Victoria's killing. When you put her on the stand and you can show the statements that she made to her sister and police and to cellmates when she didn't know she was being tape recorded and the statements she ultimately made to police in trying to get off of the murder charge, Aarons said. We can prove those things are false. At a news conference, Torres acknowledged that the plea deal was not an ideal outcome and that the decision did not come easily. It is not something that is ideal in terms of what we all would like to see happen in these cases, he said. However, we are confronted as prosecutors with our ability to present cases based on the facts and the evidence that we have. We, as you know, identified some issues with the initial investigation which altered the course of our prosecution and had to inform our decision to enter into this plea agreement.